What's up, everybody? It's Dad to bring you guys another video. This is my second video that I'm going to upload to YouTube before I go on and work out. So I wanted to talk about, as you guys know, Nintendo Switch has a massive amount of games that are coming out in the near future, okay, within a year or two, a near future of games. We have a rumor conference that Bandai Namco is going to have in December 15th, and it's supposedly, people are speculating, it could be a Super Smash Brothers for the Wii U port to the Nintendo Switch, which would be absolutely dope. It would be a day one buy for me. I would love to play Smash, in my hands this week. I already have it with my 3DS, so we'll see how it goes. But you already know that bad boy's gonna be full price. It will include all the DLC, okay, so no doubt. But that's just what everybody is speculating, okay. But that'll be cool. We have Shin Megami Tensei 5. We have Pikmin 4. Shigeru Miyamoto had confirmed at E3 of this year that Pikmin 4, or maybe it was a month after E3, but he confirmed that Pikmin 4, just to paraphrase, is going according to plan, is going great, sorry, and it will be released. We don't know. Okay, so in no doubt 2018, but Pikmin 4 is going according to plan. As you guys know, Pikmin 3 was released, I believe, practically a year after the Nintendo Wii U came out. So usually Pikmin, if you actually look at the history of Pikmin releases, they always came out within a year or two after the release of their home console. GameCube, Pikmin 1 and 2 came out very quickly after its early life cycles. Pikmin 4 looking like it's going to be probably 2018 release. So we got that. We got Metroid Prime 4 and Pokemon Switch, which is according to Reggie Fils-Aimé, aimed for 2018, but we don't know if it's coming in 2018. I would not bank on Metroid Prime 4 at all 2018, so I'm keeping my expectation low. However, I will be surprised if Pokemon Switch were not to be released in 2018. I will be shocked. I would be shocked. But if they do release Pokemon Switch, which is going to make the Switch like gangbusters, I would love the ability to have compatibility of Pokemon Omega Ruby, X and Y, Alpha Sapphire, as well as Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon compatible with the games. As in, like, you can transfer your Pokemon, you can transfer your Groudons, your your Pikachu's, your Ursarings, my personal favorite Pokemon of all time. To Pokemon Switch. I would love that. I would love that to death. We got that coming. We got Project Traveler by Square Enix coming. We got what else? We got a lot of ports coming for Nintendo Switch, a lot of PC ports, a lot of other indies titles. We got Shovel Knight, I believe it's Treasure Trove or King of Cards, someone I think that's what it's called, coming to Nintendo Switch. A lot of third party, Owlboy, you name it. Physical copies of games have already been released on the Nintendo Switch, like I think Wonder Boy, you know what I'm saying? Attack on Titan 2, all this other third party support is coming ahead. The next Bethesda game is guaranteed to come. Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus, is coming early of 2018, so look forward to that. So you got that, but I want to specifically focus on the Nintendo exclusives though. So we also have, like I said, I mentioned earlier briefly, which is Metroid Prime 4. That's the biggest one for me. I'm a big Metroid fan, and for Metroid Prime 4, okay, don't expect. I'm honestly keeping my expectations low, so I'm not worried about it. But I will say this though: we are expecting to see at least a trailer, or expect to see gameplay or at least a trailer by E3 of 2018. And I've also heard that we may have a direct in January, like we did for Nintendo Switch of this year, before the release of the Switch. So it's pretty dope. But Metroid Prime 4, okay. One thing I want to say about Metroid Prime 4 is that I would love for them to make a wireless Pro controller specifically for Metroid Prime 4, a model of Metroid Prime 4 wireless Pro controller. That would be amazing. Number one. Number two, I would love amiibos, okay, functionality to be used for Metroid Prime 4 or their own manufactured Metroid Prime amiibos to release. But we're not talking about. We're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about something that really needs to be established for Metroid Prime 4. In fact, to set up the release of Metroid Prime 4, and that is Metroid Prime Trilogy needs to be HD remastered for the Nintendo Switch before it comes out. Now, if you guys know, Metroid Prime 1 and 2 Echoes were released for the GameCube back, on the GameCube. In 2000, I believe 2, and then 2004. Metroid Prime 3 Correction came out for Nintendo Wii exclusive in 2007, and then there was a trilogy release with all three games, with Wii remote and nunchuck functionality in 2010, I believe 2011, for the Wii. physical copy. There was even a steelbook edition for it, and on top of that, there was a re-release of the game for to be downloaded digitally for the Wii U, and actually still up there. But those games have dropped to $20 now. I refuse to buy Metroid Prime Trilogy for the Wii U via the eShop because I hate the Wii Remote Nunchuck. I hate it. But I will love an HD remaster of Metroid Prime Trilogy, okay, for Nintendo Switch using the uh Joy Cons, you know what I'm saying, or using you know what I'm saying, attached to the controller, playing Metroid Prime Trilogy HD on my Switch, folks. Playing Metroid Prime on the Switch in handheld mode, or using a wireless Pro controller. This is how I traditionally play Metroid. Metroid Prime 1 and 2 Echoes. When Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, I was already hating the controls for Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. It was exhausting to swing that around. But the Joy-Cons, interestingly enough, are more relaxed. So I'm not too much of an issue, but I think we need to bring Metroid Prime Trilogy HD to Nintendo Switch. It is imperative that they do. We need Metroid Prime Trilogy HD, okay, at 180p, 60 frames per second, which actually already 60 frames per second, for the Nintendo Switch that allows us to play in handheld mode, use Joy-Cons or a wireless Pro controller. We need that to get more people up to speed with the release of Metroid Prime 4, because I know most people have played Metroid Prime Trilogy, but I would buy it. And not only that, I would love a physical release of Metroid Prime Trilogy HD. Nintendo, what could go wrong? What could go wrong? If you don't believe Metroid Prime Trilogy HD will sell that well, make a limited amount of Metroid Prime Trilogy physical copies, okay? Make a limited amount. But this is one thing I think Nintendo needs to do is release Metroid Prime Trilogy HD on the Switch with all three games and release a physical copy. And if you can't release a physical copy, give us the digital version. But we need Metroid Prime Trilogy. So I wanted to get that out of the way, folks, to upload this on YouTube. Please. And man, can you imagine Metroid Prime Trilogy, Amiibos, Dark Susamis, Light Susamis, Gravity Susamis, Amiibos? Come on now, talk to me. Peace out, folks. Thank you guys for tuning in.